Good morning and welcome to Heron Island. This week we are talking about nesting turtles. This is a follow-on from my previous video where I talked about the turtles mating. So this is the next stage in their cycle where they now come up the beach to actually lay their eggs. Now what they actually do is at the high tide mark, they'll crawl up the beach, so it's a short way. Sometimes they do it around mid-tide, very rarely do they do it from low tide, but they usually do it from mid to high tide and usually on an incoming. They will come up the beach into the dune that you can see behind me, dig a body pit, dig a chamber, then lay their eggs, and then come back down the beach. Now it's not always that straightforward and it's not quick. It is a very slow process. These animals can be over 300 kilos and they are designed to be in water. They're not designed to be on land. So for them to be moving up the beach, it's a very slow process. And then when they dig, it is extremely exhausting for them. At hundreds of kilos, laying down, crawling yourself up the beach, and then having just to scrape away bits at a time of sand. It is absolutely grueling for these females. So in knowing that, we need to be very respectful of these animals. And the way we do this starts from how we walk on the beach. So as you can see behind me, we've got the water's edge and we've got the dune. We want to walk somewhere in the middle to the water's edge. Right? We don't be right on the water's edge because that will actually scare them from coming up out of the water. But it's not as bad if we scare them down here versus when we scare them up here. Because if we scare them near the water's edge, they can easily just move 100 meters, which they do, and then come up the beach. Because they will see, oh, this is not a safe spot, we need to go further down the beach. However, if we scare them when they're up at the dune, then they've got to go all the way back down into the water and then try to find another place, and usually they'll be so exhausted that they can, if unsuccessful laying their eggs at least a couple times, they will just discharge those eggs in the ocean and try again later on. And that's if they try again. So it is very important that we walk in the correct spot down in the middle of the beach to that water's edge. Now the nesting usually happens at night, so that means no lights. Even though you might want to see where you're going, you cannot use lights. All right, this is very important. Lights, sound can scare these turtles very easily. Even our movements, if we're moving too fast or anything around the turtles, because they have such bad eyesight, they can't actually determine what we are. So they think they're in an unsafe environment. Even a tree branch breaking next to them will scare them back into the water. So we've got to do our part not to be noisy, not to use lights, and not to be loud around these turtles. And when we do see these turtles, especially when they start coming out of the water, what we want to do is we don't want to stop where we are. The best thing to do is just to kneel down or sit into the sand and just watch these beautiful creatures just haul themselves up, and you'll hear their struggle, their sound of them trying to come up the beach to lay their eggs. It is absolutely exhausting for them. So make sure you stay at least 10 meters away, stay still, stay quiet, and do not shine your torches, please. Okay. So that basically covers what to do with nesting turtles. Now if you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. I'll definitely get to those and answer them for you. Otherwise, make sure you come visit us at Heron Island. Come and see these nesting turtles for you. The season for it is now. So we are at the end of October. I'm standing actually right next to a turtle track here. You can see, I believe that one is going up and this one's going down. Oop, that way. So come and see us. It is the end of October. So right now, all the way until probably end of January, maybe February, is when we'll see these nesting turtles. So come and see us. Come and see the turtles, and please be super respectful of these animals. Peace.